With you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus said to his disciples, "The Son of Man must suffer greatly and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests, and the scribes, and be killed, and on the third day be raised." Then he said to him, "If anyone wishes to come after me, he must deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. For whoever wishes to save his life will lose it. But whoever loses his life for my sake will save it. What profit is there for one to gain the whole world, yet lose or forfeit himself?" The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Life. Life, choosing life. Choosing life is beautiful. Choosing life is beautiful. But life, joy, contentment, fulfillment, harmony, peace are all results, byproducts of choices. Byproducts of choices. So, I possibly just love the cozy atmosphere of my couch, and I just love it. It's just so cozy, and especially it's cold out there. And just, the heater is on, and I can have my coffee and just lie there and snore. And I tell you, haven't I chosen life? No, I've chosen death. Because being here is life. So, one had to die like kids. You see, kids, I love looking at kids when they are eating cake. Have you ever seen kids when they are eating a cake? So you see the frosting on it, it's so sugary. If they taste it and it's so sugary, they say, "Oh, okay, I better save this one." You see them. Some kids, very smart, they save that sweet part, that frosty part, and they begin with the inside. They start eating that one. They do the hard work first. And then, finally, you see how they're enjoying this frosty side. And they enjoy taking their time. And you know what? They're saying, take this hard part, and afterwards, you can just have the whole time to enjoy. And if you look at them so well, if you have eaten your own sweet side first, they make fun of you. They say, "Now you see? How sweet." So the hard work, if you see somebody who is sick, who is inordinately anxious, someone who wants to give up his life and says, "I want to kill myself, I need to die," just give him something. If that person walks across the street to a poor environment, materially poor environment, and he just helps to feed the hungry, that person begins to get well. That person begins to get life and sees the reason why life is wonderful. Because what? You stretch yourself to be of good to somebody who cannot repay you. In desiring happiness, we give. In desiring joy, we give. The more we set out pursuing the butterfly, the less we are able to have it. Joy, life, prosperity, fulfillment are a byproduct of giving selflessly. So during this time of Lent, what is it that I can give? Is it my time to pray more? To seek the face of God? My time? to listen to the Word of God, whether it's an audio Bible or to read it and meditate on it, rather than sit there staring at this news that is going to be repeated in the next 24 hours like 100 times. And staring at it, and I tell you what, we just dying to fear, dying to the anarchy, dying to the confusion that is around. No good news. The good news comes from the Bible, the Word of God, the living Word of God. And Moses warned the people, if you choose not to follow the commandments of the Lord, which is enshrined in the Bible, the statutes and the decrees, you're going to die. You are going to die. Death. Just take a look. Just take a look around us. It looks like this message was written traditionally, originally for America. Because when everybody, the original inhabitants, were moving away from rebellion, moving away from all the persecutions, and moving into America, it was like, in God we trust. And God has been able to do that. So the Israelites were heading towards the promised land, the land of promise, the land of abundance. Spencer, you know abundance. The land of abundance. And here, that life is, that land is today bringing thorns and thistles and evil and damage and danger and death and doubt and despair and disbelief and discouragement. All that, the devil. Obedience to the law of God leads to life. Disobedience leads to death. It's just so clear. We see the symptoms, but we should know the disease then. Doctors look every day. When they are scanning and ultrasound and everything, they see the symptoms. And then they say that and that must be the disease. The symptoms are all over. The symptoms of death are all over. And every day we have those we claim that we have voted into power in our country and continually legislate death continuously. There is no species on the earth that seeks its own death much more than humanity. And it's human beings that seem to say they will have reason. We've been protecting every other species, but we legislate by signature. The death. The ripple effect of death is calamitous. The ripple effect is that today we will be looking elsewhere all over the world for help to power the community, because we are dying. We're dying. We're dying. When you look for the young, you can't find them. It's a dying community. That's what it is. We shouldn't be building new churches. We should be building new people. The value of a soul, of a human life, is equal to the value of the whole world put together. The value of a human life, that's what Jesus said. What profit is there for one to gain the whole world and yet lose or forfeit himself? So we can gain the whole world. Once the human person is lost, it is empty. So the whole world is equal to the value of an individual, a human life. So when we legislate and we talk about 60 million unborn children dying being killed by legislation and by tax-funded abortions, we know what we're talking about. We see the wrath of God the Father burning. When communities and continents in the world are legislating and talking about mercy killing, just to kill somebody, say, that person is dying, let him go, he's suffering too much, that's the one who suffered. Because the meaning of suffering is lost. That person is on a sick bed, he's taking many souls from purgatory to heaven. That person, if they really use their suffering well. But because we do not know the power of suffering, we have forgotten about the spiritual world, about the spiritual realities. We just eat. And the more we eat, the more we suck death into ourselves. Jesus has come. He said we should deny ourselves of the candies, deny ourselves of the sweet things, deny ourselves of all that. Put more time in prayer so that this community, this country, the dying continent may live, may have life. Jesus wishes life for this community. He wishes life for each and every one of us. And until we give, we cannot receive. Until we suffer the pain, physical pain, we cannot receive. He gave us the supreme example. Let us follow him. Let us rise in prayer.